Welcome to week 3 of Graphic Design for Beginners, Intro to Graphic Design. This week is going to be very quick. We're not going to go into a lot of terms and terminology today. We're going to be working on how to start from blank documents. So last week, reviews with this last week, we went over how to use a template to start a document and how to edit that and change colors and change branding and change typography, very basic, on a very basic level for a client. So today we're going to be actually going over starting from a nothing, absolute complete document. There's nothing on it, even from creating the dimensions that you'll need. We'll be going over that. So we're going to get right into it. If you've not watched week 1 or week 2, please go back and watch week 1 and week 2 before doing this class. And let's get started. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to open up the Canva. There we are. And we are now in our software that we've been working with this entire course. Awesome. We are going to start now. We have nothing on the screen. We're not looking at any of the teams or anything like that. We're not looking at the branding. We're going to start from scratch. We're not even going to start from the Magic. I guess it's like a Magic Studio that allows you to type something in. We're going to start from create a design. Now, when we start from create design, you want to make sure that you're choosing the right size. So unless it's something they already told you that they were going to want, like a custom size, we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose what we're doing. So you have letterhead, you have flyers, you have resume, you have a regular document, actual document, you have Instagram stories, banners, email signatures, all kind of things. So the best thing to start with, especially if you are not aware of the dimensions of what things normally are, for instance, a Facebook cover landscape. Who knows? It's going to be 851 by 315. Nobody knows that. I mean, you do if you look it up. But just to make it easy for you, I want to make sure that you are not just choosing custom size and saying, oh, this seems like a great one. Let me make sure things fit. So for today, we're going to go and we're going to be doing let's do social media. So let's do an Instagram post, which is a square. There is nothing here. It's absolutely blank. And that's how we're going to start. So the first thing, we're going to wait for this other side to kick in. When I'm sharing my screen, it makes it go a little bit slower. The first thing we want to do is we're going to start with adding the main information. Remember, we went over the order of how we added information and what needs to be on your documents. So we're just going to go back over a few of those things really quickly. The first thing, if you remember, is going to be a clear, concise goal or purpose. For some reason, my screen has frozen. You can't even see that on my screen that I'm, let's see, sharing. 1 second. You can't see that it is opened. Oh, because it changed screens when I opened it. My apologies. Let's get that shared properly. There we go. And now we are on the right screen. Okay. So we want to make sure we have a clear, concise goal or purpose. We're going to start with that. So for this one, we're going to be making a flyer for, let's see, what can we make a flyer for? I'm sure there's something I have coming up. Usually I do this for anybody who's in class. We don't have a lot of comments today. So we're going to make a flyer for, there's a retreat coming up on Friday. So we're going to make a flyer for that retreat. It is Hostel Pets for Vets retreat. And I'm not sure if they have a name for it. So what we're going to do is get some information for that. And then we are going to go right into writing on that. So I'm going to start with the most important information, which is what the goal or purpose is. And the goal or purpose is to heal and to have a positive experience while learning about how you can process and work with living with PTSD. So we're going to start with trying to find a way to describe that. Now, usually a client can give you a specific word, but sometimes they don't have words. So what we're going to do is just click on add a heading because it's going to be the first start. It's large, it's big, and it's in Canvas Sans. We're not going to really keep this because as we were talking about before, if it's something serious, you want to try to stick to serif fonts, and sans serif fonts are more casual, less serious. And since PTSD is a serious topic, we're going to go ahead and use serif fonts. Now, mind you might think, okay, retreat is relaxing. Well, depending on the type of retreat, if it's like a children's retreat or a women's retreat that's really casual, then maybe we use a sans serif font, but we're going to use a serif font today because PTSD and veterans are serious topics. So we're going to say, veteran retreat. There we go. Made that big. And basically all I'm doing right now is adding information to the screen. I'm going to add a subheading, which is going to be a smaller text. And we're going to change the text and fonts after to add information to the screen. The next thing to add is it's a veteran retreat, workshops. And you can change these things later, but you just want to get something on the paper. Workshops for warriors. Healing from PTSD. All right, and then we're going to add in some more information. So what other information do we have? We have that it's going to be at Pets, who's hosting, I guess that'd be important. Pets, Hostel Place Pets for Vets. And then what else can we add? We can add some more information where it's going to, what date it is. So we can go ahead and add it's going to be on Friday, March 22nd, 2004. Now, mind you, again, 2024. Some things can be moved around and changed, but for right now, I just want to get all the information on the screen. All right, what else do we need to add? We're going to add, let's see, we have where it is would be good. You know, the location. So we're going to go ahead and put, I'm going to make an address for right now. I'm going to put 1700 St. James Place, Pensacola, Florida, because that's where it is. And then if there's some extra words, we can get that. But the first thing is just getting the very clear information of what we need, clear and concise purpose. The purpose of it is to say there's a veteran retreat, workshop for warriors with PTSD at this location, hosted by these people on this date. We have the information down. It is there. We can start with that. Wonderful. Now we have it. We can move to our next step. Our next step is making sure we have a great headline. But before we even get to the headline, will be the veteran retreat. We can switch that, but we want to get just the information down first, and then we can change that headline to something that might be better or might help us to communicate our goals more effectively. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and choose a background color. So the next thing I'm going to do is choose a background. And the reason I'm choosing background first is because this is going to help me to be able to see exactly what it is and start to see that vision before we even get moving. Because sometimes, depending on the background, you might not have enough space, things like that. So after I get all my pertinent information down, I'm then going to go ahead and add a background, just a basic background. And all these things change because it's art. So don't feel like, oh, I have to just keep going until I find the exact perfect one. Just get something down and be okay with changing it later. And you'll see this as I start to change things as well. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to my StreamYard. My element, I'm going to go to elements. Now for elements, I can just type in a theme, a feel, or something, and it will give me photos and shapes that will get there. So I'm going to type in patriotic. And I'm going to look at photos. And this is a retreat with horses and dogs at in a barn at a horse ranch. So I want to make sure it's going to look rustic. Probably not something so. Oh, this is really cute. Although it looks a little bit childish, but you see how it's wood? That's cute because it's a barn, it's wood, it's rustic. That could be cute. And then also, if you click on it, it'll give you recommendations of things that are similar. If you like that style and you say maybe not this exactly, maybe something else, then you can go with that. So I do like this. I'm gonna put it to the side. I'm probably not gonna use it, but I'm gonna just keep looking for things that I might want to use. Additionally, you want to make sure that you are choosing things. Oh, this is very cute. You are choosing things. This one can go now because I really wanted the wood. Choosing things going to let you see, allow you to see your words. So things I would not choose. This will let me see my words because see, there's a space here. Things I wouldn't choose. This would not be good because it'll be harder for people to read this unless I use a transparent logo opacity. Other things that would be good. This is very busy. We can't do things on busy. You can't add busy backgrounds because see how this busy background, you just kind of can't see the words. So that's not going to be very good. Even if I change the colors, the only way that would work is if I lower the opacity by doing this. See? And even still, it's like, what's the point at this point? So I'm going to move this other way to kind of see it. As you can see the appeals. I think they're appeals. But is it really necessary? It's just, you really can't see it there well. So it does work sometimes if that's not the main focus. As you see, I'll lower the opacity, but look what happens when I bring that opacity back up. You cannot see. So I'm specifically for flyers, unless it's just unless I have a particular reason, it's like something that's repeating itself. Like this, the pills don't matter as much because they're repeating themselves. But let's say it's people or something. It's just very distracting to have a lot going on in this background without lowering the opacity. So when you're choosing a background, you want to choose things that give you room to work with. Although this is a very cute picture, you want to choose things that have room to work with, have a lot of open space to play with. So for instance, this has a lot of open space. I could use this. Let me show you how. I'd move this up, move that over, and then move this down, which also didn't give me a lot of room. You probably edit it different ways. And it's white as well, so it kind of helps you with that. But see how you can make space for things like so? So you want to choose things with room to write in the area. So I'm going to go back to one I found that I really liked. Here we are. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back. And I'm going to use this as my background for now because I think it's super adorable and cute. And it fits the rustic wood thing we're going for. I'm going to bring it up a little bit bigger and I'm going to move it over. Move this over. There we go. And then just a little bit this way. There we go. And I'm going to move this whole thing to the side so I have a square. It's covering the whole side. All right. And now I might move it just a little bit more to the side because you see this flag is just a little bit thick. But I want to make sure you see the blue so you do know it is a flag. Wonderful. So now that we have my background, I can move this. Now that I know this is black, I'm going to move all these to white. Now, mind you, they might not stay white, but for the sake of being able to see them right now, we're going to go ahead and move them to white. And you would do vice versa. If you started with white, then you have a dark background, a white background, you move to black so you can just see what's going on and see what you have to work with. All right. Now that this is all white, I can see everything. I'm going to go ahead and do what I said we're going to do is make that initial captivating headline. So we're going to get back to our great headline. Instead of just Veterans Retreat, because I just want to get information there, know what I'm talking about to begin with, I'm going to add something catchy, something that sounds fun, something that sounds wonderful. Let's see. Horses and healing, or healing with horses. Healing. Let's see. I'm going to stick with Veterans Retreat. Then I'm going to add information. There we go. Yep, we're going to stick with Veterans Retreat for this. Veterans. And then I'm going to put join us. That's what I'm going to put at the top. Now this is white. Remember, we're going to go to a serif font to make it more serious. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and go to a serif font. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. And then we're going to go to, I'm going to go ahead and just switch this down. There we go. And we are going to make that, remember we're talking about our kerning rates. We're going to go ahead and make that line spacing smaller to put these together a little bit more because we want this word to look like it's together, this and it's together. And we're also going to go ahead and make that block. So I'm going to go change that alignment a little bit. It says on one side, but I'm not really liking how it looks. There we go. There we go. And I'm pretty sure I spelled veterans wrong, so I'm going to go look that up really quick. Veterans. I spelled it right. Okay, Veterans Retreat. And this is still a bit rounded. I'm not really liking this as much. I'm going to choose a different font. Come on, there we go. Control A, there we go. Can you, wow. Every time I try to copy this whole thing, it goes away. There we go. One more, one more, one more. There we go. Awesome. Let's pick another one because this is a little bit rounded. I want something more straight. Okay. Let's try pair. Well, actually, play fair displays a little bit. I like that. Okay, we're going to do that one. And then we're going to, now you see how I can't really see it as much. I'm going to go ahead and let this opacity down just a little bit, just a little bit. Now it looks a little faded. I'm okay with that. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and add in these words. Workshop. Oh, we're going to add some more words at the top, actually. Join us. And don't worry, it's not going to stay this way. You'll see many different phases before. There we go. And we'll work on that some more. So just a reminder, it doesn't stay this way. It's just us moving. It's important to get things moving and actually start putting things on the paper so that you can actually start to get your information out. So don't worry if you're just like, oh, I just feel I don't know what I want just yet. It's okay. Keep going anyway. And we want this next information. Workshop for warriors healing from PTSD. All right, cool. So are we gonna keep these words? Likely, remember, we're gonna change this. Let's go ahead and change this alignment because we want all the alignment to go the same way. Remember, this is called linear alignment. We're doing it linearly. Remember, we talked about that in last class. These we're going to leave for right now. We're going to just leave them over here. We're going to work on that. We're going to put them somewhere else after. We like to put this at the bottom. So you're going to put all of your information about things that aren't as important that they need to know to get there, but not necessarily to convince them to come. You're going to go ahead and add them at the bottom. So we're going to put this date first and location second. And that's if they even want you to add the location. They might want you to add a website or say for more information. We can say the website. And I'm going to duplicate that because I want the same size. So I don't have to think about it. Move that so I can see it. And then let's see, it will be Hostel Foundation .org. We'll do .org or .com, one of those, .org. Awesome. We're going to move that over here, and we're going to put that in a little space on the side. And mind you, it might not stay here because we're going to add in the graphics and things shortly. So move that to the side. Get that working well with me. And also, mind you, I like to stick to where things aren't sticking out too much. We're going to change that in a little bit. And then we're also going to put this, we need to put who's doing this, Osteo-Pets Prevents. We can say presents. We're going to add and change that in a bit. But now look how we already kind of have a little flow. Also need to change this this to a different one. What were we using? Were we using Playfair? Yes, we were. Let's go back to Playfair. And we might not want to use Playfair, or we might want to use Playfair without some words that don't have all caps. So Playfair uses a fake cap, a faux cap, if you will. So we're going to find another one, and we might use either a thin stroke sans serif because this is not as important of a part, or we might use a serif that has a lighter stroke that doesn't have all caps. So let me try to find. Let's see if I can go to textiles and I can just click on serif. Nope. Okay, that's fine. What about Garamond? Okay, I like Garamond, and Garamond has there we go, has lowercase letters. Awesome. So now you see we said workshops for warriors healing from PTSD, and we have spaces. So we've added in all information. We have our catchy header. We have a visual that tells us it's obviously, it's patriotic, it's American patriotic. We have this wood because it's rustic, it's gonna be out there. This is where we would add information blurb, a little information about this. So we're gonna go add a body of text. And I'm gonna just start typing. Now, mind you, they would give you copy, hopefully, but we're gonna start typing. Join. Let's see. Actually, we're gonna put the Osteo Foundation. And we're gonna move that so I can actually see it. So let me move that out. There we go. Now, in this body of text, it just needs to be 2 or 3 sentences to tell them what is this, what is it they're reading about, because they're intrigued. It says, join us. Who, me? Yes. Veterans Retreat. Yes. Okay, I'm interested. Workshops for warriors healing from PTSD. I would like to know more. And so you see it's going in the hierarchy of the importance that we want people to read it. And also, if you can see, the veterans is very big. The additional information is a little bit smaller. And then also, now we're going to have even smaller text for full detail. because we want people to be able to look at it very quickly and make a decision whether or not they want to read more. So we're going to say Austell, the Austell Foundation invites veterans. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit smaller as well, but it says the Austell Foundation invites, I need to change this, it's invited, invites veterans of all walks and branches to join us for a free retreat curated especially for our warriors healing from PTSD. Now, mind you, that could be better because we already said that, but right now, in the sake of this class, we're going to just leave this and they can change it later if they would like to change it. We're going to go down and make this smaller because it's too big, and then we're going to make sure that we break these lines up by making this a bit more narrow. And mind you, you can't really see it because it's way too small now. There we go. And we're going to go here like so. And we're going to, awesome, 1 second. We're just going to go 1 second. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So we are going to go back to our Veterans Retreat, and we really can't see that very well. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. And we're going to probably make that bold as well because we can't see it as much. Oh, there we go. Now we can see it much, much, much better. And now that we've added all of our word contents in, it's not going to be in the space because we are missing some negative space. We don't have space at the top. Okay, so we don't have any pictures on here, if anything. So really, all except for knowing it's patriotic, have no information. We're going to go ahead and add some pictures in. We're going to add pictures with frames, okay? So let's go and find our frames. Our frames can be found in Elements. We're going to go to Frames, see right here. And then we're going to pick Shapes. I'm not going to put in patriotic because things I want patriotic shapes. There we go. We're going to go to Frames. And in the frames, we're going to pick shapes that make sense for this. So circles, squares, stars even make sense, but not necessarily because it might be difficult to see things in stars. You can even do things with these boxes, but all these you can put pictures in, and it allows you to have that shape of picture on your graphic. So we're going to go ahead and keep it simple today. And we're just gonna do, we're gonna do some squares. We're gonna start with some squares. And actually, I don't want the rounded square because everything here has been very long lines and things like that. So we're gonna go with a regular square. There we go. We're going to make it smaller. We're gonna put it on the side. We're gonna move this over. There we go. And we're gonna add 3 squares. I'm gonna make them all the same size. So I'm not gonna make an additional square until I make the size I want. And I'm gonna then duplicate it 3 times or 2 times so I can have 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we have some pictures. And we want to make it a little bit more playful. We don't want it to be as I want to be a little bit more playful. So I'm going to kind of turn them because I don't want to detract from the other information by making it so rigid. There we go. And we'll put this one here and then we'll turn that here. So now we have, let's go back this way, 3 different ones. And let's let them overlap just a little bit. I think that'd be cute. Bam, there we go. Wonderful. And then we're going to bounce that out just a little bit like so. Okay. There we go. Now we have room at the top and the bottom. Honestly, I do a little bit more as well so I can have more room at the top and the bottom just to keep that there. There we go. All right. Now we have pictures in because that's the next thing we need is graphics and imagery so people can see. Our background is imagery, but we also need that those pictures. So we're going to go find some pictures. I'm going to see what I have in here. My uploads that might be of hers. Hopefully your client is giving you some stuff to work with. And we're going to just add these pictures right in there. There we go. Into the frame. There we go. Wonderful. I'll add this one into the frame. Obviously, that is a child and not an adult, but it's okay. We'll work with that. And let's see what else we have. We have a picture of the facility, so we'll add that in. There we go. And we're gonna keep it like that for right now. We do. Now, mind you, if you notice, you have it's blending in. It's starting to blend in. You can't see it as well from the background. So we're gonna go ahead and add some borders. If you click this button, it will give you a border. This one right here. Sorry about that. A border. And you want to add border weight. Now this is black. Let's change the border color. Let's change this border color to white, actually. Look at that. And now we can make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Look at that. Now it looks like a little photo picture. Awesome. Let's do that again with both of these. Now let's see what I put it at first. We put this at 17 because you want all of them to match. So we're going to go ahead and put this at 17. And we're going to go ahead and make our banner, our border, white. Come on now. There we go. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. Go back. I want the border white. White. That is not what I wanted to do. Sometimes you got to actually click on things properly. Okay, let's see. Border 17. There we go. Thank you. I didn't press enter. Here we go. And we're going to make this border white. There we go. And this one as well. We're going to go ahead and go to 17. I guess it want me to type it when we pull. 16, 17. And we're going to make that one white as well. Wonderful. Look at that. Now we have 3 pictures because we have the graphics and imagery. And once we've done that, we're going to go back and look at our list of things we need to make sure we're doing. Okay. Your contact information and next steps. So we have all those things in there as well. We already have them that we're going to edit and make it match, make everything fit better. So we go in and we're going to make sure we're following all of our rules we said previously. So we're going to go in. The first thing I already noticed is this is going to have to be a lower opacity just because I want to use white and I can't see very well. But I want to keep that richness just a little bit. So this might work, might be good. Another thing that I can add into some of things is a little drop shadow. A little bit of drop shadow might help a little bit as well so we can see. Let's see if we can find a drop shadow effects. Shadow. There we go. And let's see if we can make this, make it a little bit darker of a shadow so you can see a little bit better. And then we can make the, let's see, can you make it bigger? Let's see, that's direction, that's the offset. Let's see the blur behind it. And what color are we using? Let's make this color black. Hopefully it was already black. It's not, it's white, and that's why we can't see. Okay, where's black? There we go, now we're working. Okay, so now I'm gonna lower this blur. And let's bring this transparency up. There we go, it's a little bit better. And the offset is there. I'm still not really a fan, and I've not really been a fan that much of the drop shadow in Canva anyway, but we're going to work with it. Now we can add some color with things as well. So this Veterans Retreat, you really can't see that well either. We're going to do some work on it. We're going to add a drop shadow behind it, add some effects to it. Going to make that color black because apparently it's white. There we go. Now we can see it better already. And we're going to raise that transparency up just a little bit. There we go. Oh, wait, the transparency is supposed to go down. Nope, I meant up. There we go. There we go. And let's make the direction out a little bit more. There we go. And a little bit more of an offset. There we go. There we go. Now we can read it much better. Veterans Retreat. As much as I like how big it is, we're gonna have to make it a little bit smaller because it's going into the flag. So we're gonna just make that just a little smaller. There we go. And now it's not necessarily touching. Let's see if we need some more room. We're gonna give it a little bit more room because I don't like things to touch it. It just makes it feel crowded. All right, a little bit lower. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. Awesome. There we go. Now this is still a sans serif. I mean, yeah, it's sans serif, and it's because I want it to be a little bit more casual. And we're gonna also keep the set. We're not gonna keep that same. We're gonna go ahead and change that to a lighter version. Maybe the Garamond we had. There we go. There we go. Awesome. And then this Hostel Place Pets for Vets, we can use just their logo. So let's go ahead and just take that off because we put that there to make sure we had the information about them there to remind us. So we're going to go ahead and put, let's see, Hostel Place. There we go. We're going to add this logo for them. I think they have a better logo or a different logo than we're using for their nonprofit, but this is what we're using for now. There we go. So now their brand is there. It's a little small. We can make it a little bigger, but it's small for right now. And if I want to make that another color, I could as well. And it's still a little bit difficult to read with this wood. And we're going to change this, the dates. Perhaps I can put the date here. There we go. And then we're going to put the information. Remember the call to action. Visit. There we go. For more information, visit hostelfoundation.org. And that is a bit larger than the other text we have. And it is, we do want people to see, but maybe not as big because it's kind of overpowering some other things that are important to us. So put that there. There we go. And we're going to match these two because we want them to match. That's 28. We're going to make this 28 as well. There we go. Awesome. So we put that on the side. And I'm reminding you that we need space. So we can't leave things too close to the bottom. We're going to move that up. There we go. And then we got this paragraph here. I also want to do a little bit of line work here because it's a little bit spaced out. We're going to go with this line spacing just a little bit more. Perfect. There we go. I like that. And this is still a bit big and it's coming out a bit much. So we're going to see if we need to make this a little bit smaller. Not much. There we go. Nope. Let's see, healing. Let's try there. There we go. Now it's not coming out as much. Okay. We're going to bring this down just a little bit. We're going to put this date. We're going to change this date, not the join us, change the date to Garamond as well. And then we're going to add some color to our words. We're wrapping it up. Now that we can see what the image is looking like, we're going to add some color. So go ahead and let's make that a Garamond font. And now you see how just getting all the information on the page just helps you get going, to start with something. And then you can tweak and add. Because like, do I like this join is here now? Do I like that logo here now? I'm not sure. That might not be the logo I would like to use. I might want a horizontal logo at this point. I might put it somewhere else. I might put it on this side right here if it wasn't white. So you want to make sure you have room to move things around, because now I'm like, that's crowded. Let's put that. Let's see. Let's move this here. There we go. I can see, and now do I want the joint as big? No, I don't, because Veterans Retreat is more important. But now I can't see this march. So I'm going to see if I need to make it red. Let's see if I can make it a red. Let's see if I can pick a color that's already in my document. So it can be that exact color red. Let's see if I need to make that bold. Still can't see it, but I do like it red. Now this is the time where you might just have to admit, maybe the background that you want to work with is not working for you, or you can add other information, other spaces, other things to be able to see that better. So I'm going to see if I need to add any shapes. I'm going to go to shapes and see if I can add any shapes to this to help me with being able to see. Let's see. Let's say we use a star. 5-point star. Let's click on that. Come on, shape. There we go. And let's pick another color. Let's pick this red color. There we go. And then let's move this over like this. Not that. So that way we can have some in the background. We can also tweak a little bit by turning it. See if that will help. And that's just giving us more things we can work with to see. So we're going to move this to the back. Change our layers by going to layer and then go to show layers. And I can move this all the way to where it is behind these words and probably right around there. You see how it just all of a sudden helps us be able to read things a bit more? This date did not go well, so I'm going to put that back white, and that might just not be the place for it. There we go. Now, mind you, this is still a very basic beginner fly. There's so much more I could do if I was in Photoshop. We're doing in Canva, so understand that it's not going to be exactly what it could be in other programs and other styles of programming. But for right now, this is what we work with. And I'm going to lower this opacity just a little bit. Oh, you can't lower an opacity on a shape. And that's exactly what I mean by working in Canva. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm going to see if I could get maybe a star, and that's not a shape, but a photo of a star, a PNG. Maybe a graphic. I'm going to see if you can, yes, I can do that with a graphic. So see, solutions. Take that, take it out. Go ahead and make this the red color. Oh, you can't. I can't do it over. You see so many things. Let me see if I can let me color over it. Nope, that's a copy style. That is a transparency. Let's see if they have a red star. There we go. Bring it in there. Twist that over. Like so. Go up with it that way, and let's bring it in just a little bit. And let's bring it back with that layer. Going all the way down. Dragging that star down. Drag, drag, drag. It will not let me drag. Okay, let's try this layer again. We'll just click send backwards for now. There we go. Okay, and now I can lower the opacity. There we go. And now you can still see my wood. You can still see the stuff. There's a star. There you go. You can see it's a star. Actually, let me see just a bit more so you can see that it's an actual star. Maybe come in just a little bit. There we go. And I can cut. Yep, there we go. You can see it's a star. Now, mind you, you might not want to start with something else, but these are just options you can use to be able to see things better. And now you've got that contrast. Remember, we were talking about contrast to be able to see better as well, so you can get that understanding. Those are one of the things we can use. So, color and contrast. So let's go over some things that we used in this video while we were learning. We can go over, we used alignment. Most definitely. Alignment is the fact that we went ahead and we made all of the words go in one way. We made them go vertically, up and down like that. We also have used in this section contrasting and colors. We use visual hierarchy. If you notice, some of the words are much bigger than the other ones. The veteran retreat, really, really big. Workshop for warriors and PTSD, really big. But the join us, the date, the information about it, very small. So that way people's visuals. We also used, so in order for this visual hierarchy, we used some color and contrast. We used contrasting styles and shapes. As you see, we added the star in there. We added in those lines. We even added in the squares for the pictures, and we put the pictures on top of each other to add some of that as well. We added some balance and symmetry. We added symmetry with making sure that balance, make sure that the words on one side are balanced out by the pictures on the other side. And we made sure that it was symmetrical as much as possible instead of asymmetrical. We made sure that we had a clear and concise goal and purpose. We understood that we needed a clear headline. We made that veteran retreat very, very clear. We gave some content, an important message, and a call to action, that paragraph. And then for more information, what should we be doing? We went ahead and added graphics and imagery, and we added our contact information and next steps. So we have hit all the points we want to hit, and we are doing a great job with our flyer. This is your crash course in how to make that original flyer from nothing. Last week we used the template. This week we used nothing, and we got it together. So hope this has helped you, and you are looking forward to your next class, your last class, which is working with the client from the very beginning to end. We're doing all these things like we talked from the first week, and we're going to be doing. So bring your things, your questions, bring your whatever you've been working on for this class. Bring all the information, content, so we can get it all done. And I'll be doing a live Q&A in the class as well. Happy to see you, and see you next week. Goodbye.